After a few years apart, the main character saw a kuhai that he was friendly with. The kuhai calls out to her senpai, the main character, and he remembers who they were from their voice. He turns around and figures out that it was Shigerin and tells her that blonde hair looks good on her. She says that it has been a while and that she has not seen him since he graduated and takes off her mask and hat that she used to hide herself. Her actual name is Shijimori Erin and her online name is Shigerin. She was his kuhai in the Manga research club in high school and is now a famous streamer, or, in other words, an influencer. Shijimori says that she wanted to thank him for a long time because she used to get bullied a lot in high school and he always looked out for her and helped her a lot back then. She says that she decided to quit school after that and people made fun of her for being a new rich high school dropout. He tells her that she put in a lot of effort and that one person's hard work does not have to be the same as everyone else's. Shijimori starts to cry because no one said that to her before and says that her senpai really does understand her after all. He asks if she is planning on streaming today, and she says that she is going to and is planning on continuing the game that she has been streaming lately. He says that he hopes that she does not mind that he watches her play, which surprises her. Later at night, Shijimori starts her stream and talks to her viewers watching her stream. She says that she is going to pick up from where they left off last time. While playing, she gets embarrassed and imagines her senpai watching her stream, which makes her heart rate go up a lot. She tries to calm down and tries to do the same thing she always does, but she cannot concentrate on her game and loses. She notices it and says that she screwed up and apologizes to her viewers and says that it was very bad and that she spaced out for a little bit there. She reads her stream chat and someone says that she looks a bit weird and she shouts that she does not look weird and looks embarrassed. She makes an excuse and says that she keeps her apartment warm all the time so she always looks weird and tells her viewers to not go crazy. After the stream, she talks to her senpai to clear up any misunderstandings. She texts him and tells him to not get the wrong idea and that she was off her game today. Her senpai says that it is fine because she looked cute and Shijimori shouts after he says that. Shijimori's online name is Shigerin, and she went from an introvert to an influencer and used to have black hair and looked like a nerd. She stretches a little in her chair and notices her senpai sends a text message to her and he asks her if she has time, if they want to go get lunch somewhere. She gets excited that her senpai is inviting her out for lunch. He said before that they should have a meal together sometime, but is surprised that he really did ask her out and she says that she will go. She gets dressed and says that she is not an idol or anything, but it is better to put on a bit of a disguise so she does not cause her senpai any trouble. She arrives at the location for their lunch and says that she is sorry for making him wait while looking very weird, and he says that she looks very suspicious. He says that he is sorry for annoying her when she is so busy, and Shijimori says that she is basically a shut-in anyways, so being forced to come out like this is nice. She says that it has been a long time since she came to this place, and her senpai says that they had a welcoming party here when she was a first year. That time was when she got to know her senpai, and he taught her how to stream along with other things as well. He says that she is now a real pro and she gets embarrassed and says that she is not really a pro. Some people behind them noticed Shijimori and asked the others if she is Shigerin and that she used to be in the same class as her. Shijimori notices them talking about her and she did not expect to run into her old classmates in a place like this. Shijimori used to be bullied by other people, so she does not care much for her old classmates. The people behind them say that they hate her because she dropped out of school and now she makes a lot of money playing video games and that it makes the rest of them look stupid for studying so seriously. Shijimori really wanted to go to school and tried to talk to her senpai. In the past, she cried a lot and that they do not know how much of that hatred hurts her. Her senpai tells her quietly that he loves that part of her, which surprises her. He says that it is easy to see that she is giving it her all to make sure everyone around her is having fun and seeing her work so hard is amazing and that she is really cool. When they go back to their homes, Shijimori sits in a corner and remembers what her senpai said about the part he loves about her, which makes her embarrassed, and she cries a little and says that she also loves him. Shijimori is streaming for her viewers and falls asleep while sitting on the chair. She wakes up quickly and apologizes to her viewers for sleeping. She feels very tired and ends the stream here for today and says that rest is part of work, but it is not very simple. She says that if she does not put some content out, she will feel so worried that it feels like she will be smashed by the pressure and calls it a disease. She lays down on her beanbag and her phone vibrates. She checks her phone and sees that it is her senpai who texted her and says that it looks like she is burning the candle at both ends and asks if she is up. She thinks that she is even worrying her senpai and says that this is bad and has no choice but to take a break, and it would be easier for her if something bad had happened. Her senpai asks if she wants to take a break tomorrow and go to karaoke with him, and she decides that she has no choice but to take a break. She posts on her social media that she is feeling tired, so there will be no stream tomorrow, and apologizes to her fans. At the karaoke, she says that breaks are really important while having fun, and her senpai says that she has been working 7 days a week. He remembers back when he helped her out with her first stream. She says that the stream is a crime against streaming because it was very bad, and that if it is archived anywhere, she will be so embarrassed she would die. He says that if they look through his PC, they could probably find a copy of it, and Shinjimori asks him not to find it and gets embarrassed. She says that she has a lot of fun when she is with him, which makes her senpai happy. She says that it feels like she can get away from all the pressure and go back to being Shinjimori, and for now, she feels happy and calm. Her senpai is happy when he hears that and says that he is going to get something from the drink bar and asks if she wants anything. Shinjimori says that she wants milk tea, and when he goes to the drink bar, he thinks to himself that Shinjimori is a cute little kuhai. When he comes back to their room, he notices Shinjimori sleeping on the sofa and thinks that the stuff she said about being calm around him was not just a joke. He borrowed a blanket and tells her to sleep well and put it on top of her. 2 hours later, Shinjimori wakes up and apologizes to her senpai, saying that she felt very sleepy. He says that as long as she feels nice and refreshed, that is all that matters, and that they should come again sometime, and Shinjimori says that he is way too nice to her. Shinjimori wakes up and notices that it is morning already. She sees a toothbrush on the floor in front of her and wonders what happened and if she seriously slept while brushing her teeth and slept on the floor. She quickly goes on her PC to check if the stream is off, which it is. She takes a picture of her crazy hair from sleeping as content for her stream and then takes a shower to wake up. Shinjimori is good in the streaming business, and the stress of working so hard was part of the fun for her. That is why when her body, which was pushed to the limits, sent out a warning to take a rest, she ignored it and just drank some coffee outside instead. At night, when streaming, she is very happy because she finally beat a boss in a game. She is playing off-brand Elden Ring, which would make Miyazaki proud, and she shouts at the game that that is what they get for underestimating someone with a middle school diploma. Suddenly, she notices that her right headphone is not working and takes it off of her ears. She is upset and shouts that her headset broke and that it is the worst timing ever because she is playing a game. The headphone is still playing some sounds though, and she says that it took her 5 hours to beat the boss, and then it stops working, but she notices she can still hear music playing. She figures out that she cannot hear anything from her right ear and is surprised. All the stress and tiredness ended up destroying her hearing in her right ear, and she went to the hospital with her senpai to get it checked. The doctor says that it is called sudden sensorineural hearing loss, and that she needs to take an IV drop every day for a week and take some medications. She would need to rest as much as possible while she got the proper care, and the rest would depend on her own body's recovery rate. After talking to the doctor, her senpai says that she has to rest as much as possible and get better, but Shinjimori says that it will be fine because she can still hear out of her left ear and that all her viewers are waiting for her. She is not able to stop under her own power anymore, and her senpai thinks that if he does not stop her himself, she will keep going until she destroys herself. She says that if she just does a stream reading comments, it does not matter if she can only hear from 1 ear, and her senpai asks who will enjoy watching the stream like that. She gets sad and says that her stream is all she has left, and if she does not keep it going and stops here, she will end up all alone again and starts crying. Her senpai graduated before she did, and after that, she had a very bad time. He cannot go back to that time and help her out, but he can do something right now and tells her that if she wants, he can stay with her and tells her to rest for now. Shinjimori says that she is scared and does not want her viewers to make fun of her, and her senpai wonders if this is the right thing to do. It happened on the 5th day after he started going to Shinjimori's house to help her with her treatment. She hugs him and tells him not to go home tonight and to stay with her. He asks if something is wrong with her, and she says that she cannot take it anymore. It looks like something exciting will happen, but she says that her head feels like it is going to break because of the sirens going off inside her head all the time, and if he leaves her right now, she will go insane. The more severe the hearing loss, the more severe the tinnitus will be, and being forced to listen to a bad noise is emotionally draining. He feels bad though because he thought something else was going to happen and tells her that he will stay. While she is in her bed, she says that with the tinnitus and her anxiety, she cannot sleep at all and starts to cry. She wonders what she is going to do and wants to hurry up and get healthy so she can show her viewers that she is feeling better. Her senpai says that she should try and forget about her stream for now and that she already told her viewers on her social media that she is focusing on recovering. He knows that but says that it is not so easy and if only there was some easy way to do it, and gets an idea. He says they should change the mood, and since Shigerin is on a little break for now. While that is going on, he asks if he can call her by her real name, Erin. He asks what he thinks about it and calls her Erin, which makes her blush and she gets embarrassed. She calls him weird for saying that and he asks why. He suddenly gets embarrassed as well and says that even he feels embarrassed now, and they both laugh about it. He thinks to himself that it has been a long time since he saw her laugh last. Shijimori asks him if he can call her by her name one more time, and he calls her Erin. She becomes happy and tells her senpai that she is really glad that he is here with her right now, and she felt that all kinds of different things were going to turn out all right. The next day, after around 1 week from when Shijimori got sudden hearing loss, she gets excited and is surprised. She runs to her senpai's room where he was sleeping and shouts for him. He wakes up still sleepy and says good morning to her, and suddenly, she jumps straight on him, which surprises him. She is on top of him and says that she can hear now just a little, but she can hear something with her right ear, and she starts rubbing her ear. She asks if it means that she is getting better and gets very excited and is happy that she recovered. She jumps up and down while still on him and notices that she is sitting right on top of him, which makes her embarrassed, and she says that she has done it now. She gets up from on top of him and says that she did not mean to do it and that she got a little too excited. She fixes her sleep clothes and says that she did not have any improper intentions or anything, and her senpai says that it is great that she can hear again and is also embarrassed. She smiles happily, and after that, she continues to recover over time. After another week has passed, they go back to the hospital and the doctor says that she has recovered about 80% of her hearing, and at this point, there should not be any obstacle to her returning to her normal life, which she is happy to hear. The doctor says that she is still young, so it is likely that they will see more of her hearing return over the next 2 weeks, and tells her not to go overboard at work and to get a lot of rest. When she goes back home, she tells her senpai that the ringing in her ears is much better than before and feels like jumping for joy, and it makes her want to go on a trip. Her senpai is drinking some tea and says that she has been rushing around so much that she had no time for something like that, and if it is not too stressful, it should be fine now. She tells him that if she is going on a trip, she was thinking that it would be nice if he came along as well, and gets embarrassed and says that it is to pay him back for taking good care of her and that she will pay for everything. He says that he cannot ask her to do that for him, and Shigmori says that if he does not come and have a good time himself, she would never forgive herself, and so she will get them the best hotel he has ever seen. He is surprised and asks if they are going to stay overnight, and she gets embarrassed. Shijimori is nervous and wonders what to do because she invited her senpai on an overnight trip and is embarrassed. She talks to herself and asks if he will be freaked out because they are not dating or anything, and she hides between the wall and the sofa. She remembers about someone and says that it is the perfect time to ask them for advice, and the person is one of the people Shijimori knows she will be comfortable talking about anything with. The next day, at a cafe, she meets up with a friend. Her friend asks how many years it has been since they last met face-to-face and says that she is happy that Shijimori decided to talk to her. The friend that Shijimori is meeting is Chomo Rama, a photographer and an actress. Shomon tells Shijimori to ask her anything, and she says that there was a senpai she had in high school who always helped her out and that they met each other again recently. Shijimori is nervous and embarrassed and does not know where to look, and Shomo becomes excited and says that she loves hearing these kinds of stories about young people and asks if she can go into more detail. Shijimori explains everything to Chomo, and after a while, Chomo says that from personal experience, she cannot trust people just because they have been nice to her, and it might be the case that they are not really interested in her or could be trying to get something from her. Chomo drinks some tea at the cafe, but she is wearing a mask and somehow drinks her tea even with the mask on. Chomo asks Shijimori if she can remember a time when her senpai was mean to her for her benefit. Shijimori remembers when she got tinnitus and she wanted to keep streaming, but her senpai asked her who would enjoy watching her stream like that, and Chomo figures out that something did happen like that and says that there are no issues then. She says that she would like to help the two of them build a happy and healthy relationship and gives her something to help them. She gives Shijimori a box of protection, which surprises her, and Chomo says that it is a little joke from an old lady. She tells Shijimori to have lots of fun because that would be the best for both of them, and Shijimori agrees. She looks at the box again and decides to put it in her jacket pocket while still feeling embarrassed, and Chomo wonders if one box will be enough. Shijimori brings some lunch for her senpai. Her senpai says that he is sorry to have her act like his maid, and she says that it is fine because this full trip is to thank him for helping her, and even though she made him drive them there. He says that he should have asked earlier, but if this is ok and feels like if anyone sees her outside with a guy like him, it will be bad. Shijimori says that her chat is always being mean to her for not being able to get a boyfriend and would rather prefer that they find out that she is outside with him, and he says that it might not end well because people on the internet are weird people. He says that she does not need to take stuff like that so seriously and smiles at her, saying that she looks cute and that there is no one in the world who would not go out with her. She gets very embarrassed and tells him that he should probably hurry up and catch her then, but she said it very quietly, so he does not hear what she said, typical of the main character. He is eating some of the food she brought and asks what she said, and she quickly says that it was nothing and that they should enjoy themselves. They go fishing somewhere nearby, and Shijimori says that she caught one and is surprised, and her senpai congratulates her for that. At this time, neither of them knew about the stuff that would be coming later. At a store, Shijimori and her senpai are buying stuff to take home with them. She notices a headband on a shelf and says that if she wore it on stream, everyone would like it. She puts on the cow headband and says that she is Chai Kaorin. Her senpai says that she looks great, and Shijimori asks if she really does. She says that she could probably write it off as an expense, so she might get it and commit tax fraud. He says that he needs to go to the washroom really quickly, and she says that she will be waiting outside for him. In the washroom, he thinks about the trip he is on right now with Shijimori and knows that it is pretty much a date. When he met her in high school, she was a shy girl who did not say much and spent her time reading books instead, but now she is a lively streamer and he feels that she is out of his league. Even so, Shijimori still likes him like she used to in the past, and he has to answer that properly. He leaves the washroom and apologizes to her for making her wait and notices that there is a crowd of people around her. One of the men says that she looks good in the cow headband, and the other guy says that she looks like a real cow and what farm she came from, and Shijimori's senpai notices that she is getting hit on. Shijimori gets embarrassed and thanks them because she has no problem online, but in real life, she is still shy and bad with these kinds of stuff, and her senpai tries to think of a way to rescue her. One of the people talking to Shijimori says that this is their first time in the area and asks her if she can show them around. Shijimori is shy in real life, so she cannot make a clear excuse and tries to reject them, but talks too quietly for them to hear. Her senpai comes in between them and pushes the men out of the way and tells her that he is sorry for making her wait, and Shijimori becomes happy. He says that they should be going now and going back to the rental car, and thinks that people like them are hard to talk to, so the best thing to do is to go away from there and grab Shijimori's shoulder. The group of men ask what they are going to do, and Shijimori's senpai says that he is sorry for leaving her alone back there, and she says that he saved her, so it is fine because she is not used to people coming up to her like that. She relaxes a little and checks her side mirror of the car and notices a car following them with the same people as before. She thinks they are coming after them and gets scared and tells her senpai that the group of people are following them from behind. She asks what they should do and gets scared, and he says that for now, they should get away from them. They keep driving away from the group of men, and the skies turn dark and looks like it will start raining soon. He turns to one side of the road, but the group still keeps chasing them, and Shijimori says that they should hide somewhere. They hide under a bridge and notice the other car go past them, and her senpai says that it looks like they did not see them, so it should be safe for now, but they could still hang around there for a while. He says that they should find somewhere to stay hidden for a bit, and Shijimori gets embarrassed and blushes, and her senpai notices that they stopped near an adult hotel and is surprised. Shijimori's senpai notices that they are near an adult hotel, and she says that he is pretty bold and laughs nervously. She says that she did not imagine he would drag his kuhai to an adult hotel like this, and her senpai says that he did not mean to come where, and he just wanted to go somewhere to quickly hide so he did not get a proper look. He says that they should hurry and get out of here, and Shijimori is surprised and says that there are some other customers coming and to quickly hide. They hide under the seats, and the man outside says that the rain is crazy, and the woman with him says that it came out of nowhere. Shijimori senpai asks what they are doing and laughs, and he looks over at Shijimori. She is thinking about what her senpai did when he helped her out a lot, like when he saved her from the thug, and in high school when he became her friend, and when he helped her recover when she was deaf in one ear. She hugs herself and starts getting nervous. Her senpai says that they should be fine now and that they should get back in the saddle and go back to their place. Shijimori grabs his hand before he can start driving, and she thanks him for saving her earlier and says that he looked really cool when he saved her. She says that he gave her a lot of encouragement until now, and in high school, he gave her a place where she could belong, and nervously says that she never did something like this before and asks him to be gentle with her. Her senpai is surprised at what she said, and it keeps raining hard outside. While trying to hide themselves from other people, they ended up going into the adult hotel anyway. They arrive in front of a menu that shows the different rooms they can choose, and Shijimori's senpai wonders if this is where they choose what rooms they want and notices all the cheap rooms are full. Both of them are embarrassed, and Shijimori says that they can go with the most expensive room because they are on a trip, so they should make some good memories and click the button of the most expensive room. When they get to their room, they notice how big the room is and how expensive everything looks. Shijimori's senpai looks in the bathroom and says that the bath is crazy and is way too big and that he cannot relax while getting in the bath. Shijimori is drinking some orange juice, and her senpai says that he needs to calm down for a moment. They put their bags on the floor, and Shijimori asks if he is nervous. He says that he is at an adult hotel with his kuhai, and she is even the super popular Shiburin, so it would be weird if he was not nervous. Shijimori puts a finger on her lips and says to her senpai that right now she is Aaron and she is his alone, and goes up to kiss him. Back when Shijimori was in high school, she introduces herself to a club member. She says that she is a first-year student and says that she would work really hard at club activities if they accept her, and is very nervous. Her senpai says that they are a manga research society, so they do not really have a lot of hard work actually, and Shijimori laughs. At another time, Shijimori asks her senpai if he knows how to stream games and says that he is amazing. She says that she wants to stream games too one day, and her senpai says that he is just a small streaming with barely any viewers, but if it is fine with her, he can teach her how to stream, which she accepts. Shijimori senpai is graduating from high school, and Shijimori cries about it but congratulates him for graduating. She thanks him for everything he did for her, and he says that they had some great times together and is looking forward to seeing Shijimori become a famous streamer one day. Shijimori says that she is not so sure about that, but that she will work really hard to become one. Back at the adult hotel that Shijimori and her senpai are at, they call the front desk. The person working at the front desk says that their reservation has been canceled and to consider them for their future occasions. He tells the other worker that the person on the phone was Shijimori, who had a reservation with them today, and that she canceled, and the other worker says that they are pretty brave to cancel a room on the same day because the cancellation fee is the same as the cost of the whole room. The front desk worker says that maybe something important suddenly came up, and the other worker thinks that it could be true, while Shijimori and her senpai are both in the bathroom together. Over the whole night, Shijimori and her senpai make love with each other. In the morning, Shijimori's senpai is drying her hair with a hairdryer. They both leave their room, and her senpai grabs her hand and helps her walk down the stairs while she holds the railing. They change their clothes because their other clothes became wet from the rain the previous night, and they left to go back to their home. Shijimori feels very sleepy and yawns, and they talk to each other for a bit. Shijimori starts to sleep, and her senpai puts his hand on her head. A few weeks after Shijimori went on her trip, Shomo Ranma is walking through a street, and her real name is Takayama Ran, and using a mask to hide her face. The people around her turn around to look at her because of how tall she is and how she is dressed. She remembered that tonight is when Shijimori has her return stream, and that she does not have any other plans, so she should watch it. The stream begins, and she is excited to watch it. Shijimori is wearing a party hat and says that it is nice to see everyone again. Shomo notices that she is back to normal now and is glad that she is feeling better now, but notices something about her. She notices that she is sitting differently from before because in the past, she would sit pretty weirdly like she was a boy with her legs apart and pushing her chest out and showing her skin, but did not care about it. But now, she seems to be sitting like she knows that she is a woman and stopped sitting like before. Chomo likes these types of things though and is her favorite. She knew that they went on a trip with her senpai, and now it looks like she came back as a woman and will get Shijimori to tell her everything that happened on their trip. Chomo sends some money to Shijimori from her stream, and Shijimori reads her message. The message talks about her coming back and congratulates her on getting off her break. Shijimori reads this and notices that the super chat came from Ranma, and when she reads it, she gets embarrassed and tells her to not suddenly start making dirty jokes. Shijimori and Chomo are celebrating her return stream yesterday, and Chomo congratulates Shijimori on her return, and she says thank you. Chomo tells her to eat the meat and become energetic, and Shijimori thanks her for cooking it for her. Chomo drinks some beer and says that nothing beats drinking a beer in the afternoon and that there is no way she could ever go back to working in an office like before. She is still wearing a mask and drinking her beer somehow, and Shijimori asks how she is drinking with her mask on. Chomo changes the subject and says that it looks like she got closer to the senpai they were talking about before, which makes Shijimori surprised and embarrassed. Shijimori tries to say something, but she cannot, and Chomo asks how things are between the two of them and to not joke with her and tell her everything that happened. Shijimori tells everything to Chomo, and she becomes surprised because Shijimori has not seen her senpai since they came back from their trip. Chomo asks what happened and if they had a fight, and keeps drinking her beer through her mask. Shijimori says that it is not that and that she wants to see him every day, and he was really nice to her and on the trip as well. Shijimori has not contacted him at all because she does not want to come on too strong and make him think that she had weird thoughts or something, and says that she is a loser. Chomo says that Shijimori is so good at making her feel excited, and Shijimori says that she did not even do anything weird. Chomo explains that having a cute female kuhai contacting them would make any boy feel good, and she is not doing anything. She says that Shijimori already did things on their trip, and now she is not going forward, and tells her that the next time she sees him, he might drag her into an alley and do something to her, and Shijimori says that her senpai would not do something like that. Chomo says that if she is not sure, she should just send a message and that her senpai could just be waiting for her. Shijimori asks if she is sure, and Chomo says that she knows he is waiting. Shijimori sends a message to her senpai and immediately gets a reply back. He tells Shijimori that he is going to stop by and see her after he gets off work tonight. She gets excited and cannot wait to see him, and Chomo tells her to eat lots of meat and build her stamina for tonight while still drinking beer through her mask. After going on a trip, Shijimori and her senpai have not seen each other. Chomo told Shijimori to talk to her senpai, and he told Shijimori that he will meet her after work. She dresses up in clothes that she knows guys might like and is happy and singing a little. She wonders if senpai will get here soon and hears a doorbell ring. She sees that it is her senpai and opens the door and says that she has been waiting, but she notices that he looks very tired and has dark circles under his eyes. He says sorry for coming late, and Shijimori asks if he is all right because he looks pale and tells him to have a seat on the cushion. He explains that work has been very busy lately and that he might not be able to stand up once he sits on the cushion. Shijimori apologizes to him because he is working so hard and that she is selfish for asking things from him because she has no experience in the working world and feels bad. Her senpai says that it is fine and that he wanted to come to her house after work anyways, and Shijimori asks if he had dinner yet because it is 11 p.m. He thinks about it and says that he has not had dinner yet, and she says that he really is tired because he did not notice that he did not eat anything. She opens her fridge but notices that it is all filled with energy drinks and coffee, and says that she does not have anything good in her fridge, and if she ever cooked for herself, she would have been able to make him something good and show off how cool she is. She looks back and sees her senpai fall asleep on the chair because he is very tired. She knows that he has work tomorrow as well, and he pushed himself to come over and see her, so she has to take good care of him. She says that if he is going to sleep, then he has to sleep on the bed, or else he will just be more tired tomorrow, and pushes the beanbag chair to her bed. She removes his clothes as well to wash and dry it, and does not want his pants to be wrinkled, so she removes it as well. Shijimori gets excited thinking that she feels like a wife taking care of her husband, and smiles, and thinks that it might not be too bad while holding his pants. She puts him on her bed and puts a blanket on him, and now he is all nice and comfy. She gets very excited and blushes and says that she only has one bed, so they have to sleep together on the same bed, and takes her jacket off. She goes into her bed and sleeps beside her senpai and says that his sleeping face looks cute and does some other stuff while he sleeps.